Let's stop pretending like this is harmless. Elon Musk and Neuralink. On the first day of the year, Elon Musk came out and made a statement saying that they plan high volume production of Neuralink brain chips. And not only that, he wants to automate the surgical procedure. Now, Revelation 13 describes a mark on the hand or forehead, a mark that's going to align with the beast, and that number generates out to 666. Now, it's important to understand that Revelation was written in Greek because people have pointed out when you run Neuralink through Greek gematria, it equals out to 666. Could that be a coincidence? Maybe. Christians who instantly mock this are missing the point entirely. Neuralink is not just a phone, it's not just an app, it is a chip in the brain. Right now it's medical, it's voluntary, and it's for your good. Revelation never says that the mark shows up labeled Mark of the Beast. It'll show up as a system, slow, reasonable, justified, and eventually required. The Bible says a time is coming where you can't buy or sell without compliance. So why are we acting like it's crazy to ask where brain chip technology could lead us to? I'm not saying Neuralink is the mark, but I am saying it looks like the infrastructure for it. If the church refuses to question power, technology, and control, we won't recognize deception when it comes wrapped up in progress. This isn't fear, it's discernment, and discernment is biblical.
First and foremost, before we get started, I'd like to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rekah Kwadash. And double honors to those great millstones, while unto truth, and also to those elect that are scattered abroad. I like to say, Shalom. Come back here today with another great, powerful lesson through the spirit and the power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And the title of today's lesson is Neuralink plans high volume brain implant production by 2026. So I'd like to say Shalom to all our listeners and learners. Hope this will help you today and guide you back in the path of righteousness and back to your true power, which in fact is Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. So we seen in the opening video, the guy was talking about this Neuralink and their plans to make high volume mass production of this brain computer interface implant chip that will go under your skin. Exactly what we constantly been warning you about left and right. So we already knowing about what's going on in the world right now, about Venezuela and America. We're seeing that talks about, war drums are constantly beating all across the world. So while you were sleeping, we seeing that Elon Musk, right when the new year came in, he announced that they're going to have high volume brain implant production. So we know that this started back, I think, around 23 or 24. And he started getting the first trial. Then they went to 1,000. Then they said eventually they were going to work out the kinks. And now they're saying they're getting ready to do it in high volume brain implant production. So right here in 2026. So they want to have all this done by 2030. So when you get around to look up the 2030 agenda, also look up Project Esther, and Project 2026. So we're seeing right now they are constantly rolling out right before our eyes. This technology is here. So we already know that this brain implant, which in fact this Neuralink, is going to work hand in hand with the RFD microchip and also the new money that's getting ready to come into play, which in fact is going to be digital, programmable, also implantable. You know what I'm saying? It's going to work with these CBDCs, these digital IDs, biometrics, face, palm, eye, scans, also face recognition, so a lot of things are constantly happening, we're seeing robotics, they're saying that this will be done by a robot, so it's going to be animation, that's going to do this. So right now they're getting you prepared for this brain computer interface. So one thing about it, she said it will make you smarter or make you like a superhero, these lying wonders. So we're seeing right now this technology is here, and who first warned you by starting with the apostles and the elders of great millstone, and also the prophets, and the one that has the likewise doctrine. So it's teaching the same thing. So we're seeing right now that it is here right before our eyes. So a lot of people are looking what's going on in Venezuela and around the world, China, Taiwan, Russia, Ukraine. Also, we're hearing about DJ Donald Trump steady boasting about taking Venezuela, boasting about taking Greenland, and also Mexico and many other places that he's trying to take. So we knowing that right now, he's trying to get that advantage. What is that advantage? Total control. So he's saying now that they want to control the whole Western hemisphere. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to lock it down because we already know that they get ready to roll out this new system, this beast system that is going to be run by this new technology, 5G, 6G, blockchain technology. So we're here, is at the door. So let's get a little bit of this report. This report here is by news articles here by Reuters, and it said Neuralink plans high volume brain implant production by 2026. Musk said. So Elon Musk, he ain't, he ain't wasting no time. So this report just a couple of days ago. So we already know 7 days into 2026, and it's rolling. We already hear the war drums to be. We still hearing talks about this Neuralink, So we know that MOTB is right around the corner. Also, we know we coming upon a great economic collapse where they're gonna reset everything and bring forth this chip, this brain chip, and also they're gonna bring forth that RFD microchip shall go into your right hand or your forehead, just like the guy said in the video. And also he said, that you got to have discernment. He said that was biblical, which in fact it is biblical. Got to be able to discern, seeing what this devil is doing. We're not ignorant of Satan's device. So let's get a little bit more of this. It says here, Elon Musk's brain implant computer Neuralink will start high volume production of brain computer interface devices and move to an entirely animated surgical procedure in 2026. So Musk said in a post on social media platform X on Wednesday. It said Neuralink did not immediately respond to a Reuters request for comments. Let's get it here. It said, keep up with the latest medical. Oh, okay, we don't need to get this part. Let's get right here. It says the implant is designed to help people with conditions such as a spinal cord injury. The first patient has used it to play video games, browse the internet, post on social media, and move a cursor on a laptop. It says the company began human trials of its brain implant in 2024 after addressing safety concerns raised by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, which had initially rejected its application in 2022. Neuralink said in September that 12 people worldwide with severe paralysis has received its brain implant and were using them to control digital and physical tools through thought. Said it also secured $650 million in a June funding round. Let's see. I think that's all they got. Let's see if we got anything else. I think I had some more of this, but anyway. So we know this is gonna be animated. Also, we know that right now they're gonna put this in mass production. That's another little deal I want to get. Let me see. Can I go look it up right quick? But right here we seeing now that they putting things into place. So we already know this is a part of these lying wonders. So now they want to embed a chip into your brain. So we already knowing if you get this put inside of you, we already know this will cause cancer. So it's another report I'm trying to look up one moment. It's something else. I want to try to give y'all a little bit more on this report. Let me see here. So can I get it? Man, dog it. Oh, man. Let's see, can I get a little bit more on it? I don't know if I can get a little bit more on it or not. But it's another report I had, but I don't know if I can find it. Oh, man. But anyway, that's a little bit more we're going to try to get on this. Man, I hate to just not... Let's see. Can I go back out? Let's go here to this Google search right quick. One moment. I'm trying to get y'all a little bit more on it. I know I had put it in. I put it up. And I think it's this AI overview what I want to get because it gives you a little bit more. So let's get this right here. It's about the same news article about Reuters, but this is the AI overview. It said Neuralink announced plans via Elon Musk on X, formerly Twitter, to begin a high-volume production of its brain-computer interface (BCI) devices in 2026, alongside moving to a fully animated surgical implantation process, aiming to help people with paralysis control devices with their thoughts. Following success early human trials in 2024, pretty much what we read. It says that key details from recent news said late 2025, early 2026. It says here production goal. So Elon Musk stated that Neuralink will start high volume production of the BCI implant in 2026. Surgical animation said the company also plans to transition to a fully animated surgical procedure for implanting the device in 2026. It's a current progress. It's a clinical trials begin in 2024 with patients already using the implant to control computers and digital devices with their thoughts. It's pretty much giving me the same thing, but I thought it would give me a little bit more, but we're gonna still read it. It said technology said the device involves a coin-sized chip, so with thin threads implanted into the brain, designed for patients with severe paralysis. So a lot of people that, that they can't walk or have some type of paralysis, they're going to jump up and try it. But the one thing about it, that, they're going to get deceived by these counterfeit miracles, these lying wonders and stuff. But we're going to see a lot of people going to line up and get this because they're going to feel like this technology is going to help them, and they're going to think that it's very harmless. But guess what? It's going to put you in a snare, in a trap. You know what I'm saying? They want that total control, to control your entire mind. It says funding and growth. It said Neuralink secured significant funding and has been expanding its clinical trials with reports of around 12 to 20 participants by late 25. It said why it matters. It said this move signals a significant shift from research and early trials to potentially wider availability, with a focus on restoring autonomy for individuals with spinal cord injuries and neurological conditions through long-term vision. Includes broader human AI integration. So this is going to work with AI. So that's enough. They pretty much was saying the same thing. They gave us a little bit more, but so we seeing right now they're going to use this with a robot with AI that's going to be autonomous, whereby they're not going to even use a doctor or someone that is a surgeon. They're just going to let the machine do it. It's going to be just like a mass production. You just go in and boom, the machine fits you right quick and you roll out. And you're going to be under that total control. It's 5G, 6G blockchain system. And also we already knowing that they already are preparing, getting ready to gear up for this 6G technology, whereby, it's going to mash you with man and machine, we'll put it like that, and also to make you the internet of bodies. So you really got a little report on that. So they pretty much don't give you, they just give you little bits and hints. A lot of things they done scrubbed off the internet. Certain things they put up, certain things they'll take right off. I had a little bit more information in this, but that would do for now. But anyway, we're seeing now that it is here, what the prophet's been telling you about left and right. And a lot of people say, oh, it's not that ain't that. But hey, we're here, this is at the door. And I have a few more videos to bring out, but let's get this right quick. It says here, Ezekiel chapter 3 and verse 17 says, Son of man, said, I have made thee watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore, hear the words at my mouth and give them warning for me. And everybody is exactly what we're doing. We are the mouthpiece of Yahweh, by Shemashah, also the prophet. And also one thing, when we hear something, when we see something, we're gonna measure it out through the scriptures. One thing about it, make it plain. Everything that's going on in the world, so we can line it up with Bible prophecies, also with the scriptures, and let us know how close we are to the end. We are living in the last day, just like the Bible says. So this is lining up, you know what I'm saying, perfectly with what Revelation chapter 13, 16 through 18. You know, you will not be able to buy or sell. You know what I'm saying? It shall go into your right hand or your forehead. So we coming upon this time, you know what I'm saying? The hour of temptation, Jacob trouble, you know, the MOTB, all these things are right here. You remember what the man said in the video? He said he feel like this is the beginning, said that the beginning infrastructure, you know, for the marker to be. He said he didn't know whether it was the mark, but he said it looked like it's the beginning stages of this infrastructure that they're putting into place. But one thing about, we know that it's all is going to be a part of this system, you know, which in fact, you know, the Neuralink, the RFID microchip, the CBDC, the digital IDs, all is going to work hand in hand in this new system. But one thing about, we already knowing, you know, it shall go into your right hand and into your forehead. What does it sound like? The MOTB. You know what I'm saying? One thing about it, the mental law, we constantly been warning you about. So that's reading in NLT. It says, Son of man, I have appointed you as a watchman for Israel. Whenever you receive a message, said, from me, warn people immediately. From who? Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai. So these are not our words. These are the words of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai. And everybody, we seeing that Revelation chapter 13 is jumping out the page. Second Thessalonians, you know, chapter 2 jumping out the page. You know what I'm saying? We're not ignorant of Satan's devices. So let's get that too. So we seeing that he's trying to get that advantage. He's trying to bring forth what? His plan, his plot. You know what I'm saying? Total control. Let's go here to 2 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 11. 2 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 11. Just a quick lesson through spirit and the power of Yahweh Shema Shai. And once again, I hope that you will get edified. It says here, 2 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 11, said, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. So we already know the physical counterpart of Satan is what Esau Edom, the modern day so-called white man. You know what I'm saying? He's constantly trying to roll out his plan. We're seeing right now what he's doing across the world, trying to, you know what I'm saying, going into other countries and, you know, robbing them of their resources. You know, we're seeing a lot of big land grabs, and also we know we get ready to come into this new digital society whereby it's going to be cashless. It's going to be implantable. You know, it's going to go under your skin, and also it's getting ready to mash man and machine together. Transhumanism, AI, robotics, all these things are coming into play. Your biometrics. So that's where we at right now. It said, lest Satan should get an advantage of us. So we seeing right now, he's trying to get that advantage. You know, he's trying to bring it, roll it out. It said, for we are not ignorant of his device. Who is not ignorant of his device? Who is not ignorant of his device? He's talking about what the prophets, you know, the mouthpiece of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, and also the true believers of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai. We're not ignorant of Satan's device. That's why the guy said that you got to have what? Discernment. And discernment is biblical. You know, you got to be able to discern, you know, what is real and what is not real, what is truth and what is not truth. You know, we put it like that, you know, so that's where we at. You got to have the discernment to see through all this wickedness and all these lies and deception. So that's where we at right now. So let's read this in the NLT. It says, so that Satan will not outsmart us, for we are familiar with his evil scheme. So that's exactly what this man, you know, he's rolling it out. You know, in 2026, he ain't wasting no time. The new year just got in a couple of days. All of a sudden now, they're having to get ready to start high volume mass production of these brain implants, which in fact is these brain computer interface, you know, so whereby it said that it will make you smarter, you know, make you walk again, make you see again, you know, make you be able to control a computer just using your thoughts. And out about these are all lying wonders, lest Satan should get that advantage. So that's where we at right now. And the physical counterpart of Satan is the what? The so-called white man, the devil that the Bible speaks of. So now let's go ahead and get the last final video, then we get a few more precepts, then we'll close out.
Elon Musk says brain chips are going mainstream in 2026. Yes, actual chips implanted in human brains. Musk just announced that Neuralink plans to begin high-volume production of its brain-computer interface this year, using what he calls an almost entirely automated brain surgery. Automated brain surgery. This device is a coin-sized chip implanted under your skull, with over 1,000 electrodes reading your brain signals and sending them straight to a computer. Right now, it's marketed for people with paralysis, and some patients can already browse the internet, play video games, post online, and control devices using only their thoughts. That part sounds incredible, but here's the part that should make you uncomfortable. Neuralink's first attempt at human trials was rejected by the FDA over safety concerns. They only got approval after making changes. And even then, early implants had problems with electrodes pulling out of brain tissue. Musk says they've fixed that now. And his long-term goal? He says the point is to create a symbiosis between humans and AI and to give people superpowers. So let's be clear. This is about putting hardware in human brains at scale, with automation, mass production, and one of the most powerful tech billionaires on Earth steering the future.
Elon Musk's Neuralink has a billion-dollar vision, one that merges human consciousness with machines by 2031. According to investor documents reviewed by Bloomberg, Neuralink aims to generate over $1 billion in annual revenue within 6 years by implanting brain chips in 20,000 people each year. Their roadmap includes 3 devices, one for digital communication, one for restoring vision to the blind, and another one to treat neurological disorders like Parkinson's. But as the ambition scales, so do the risks. Cybersecurity experts warn that these brain-connected devices are hackable. Attacks could range from stealing neural data to controlling cursors, or worse, inducing sensory illusions or pain through hijack implants. Even Neuralink's first human patient confirmed the possibility of hacking. Current safeguards are basic. Protection largely relies on physical proximity and limited access. That won't hold at scale. The deeper the connection between the brain and machine, the greater the threat of exploitation. And as Neuralink pushes forward, regulators, engineers, and ethics are now faced with a brutal question. How do you secure the human mind from being hacked? This is Cyber News Network. Stay aware, stay informed.
More now of our special coverage here tonight, life in the U.S. in 10 years' time. By that time, there may be all kinds of new ways to safeguard and identify all those things that make each of us unique, our faces, even our fingerprints, even our eyes. Here now with more on the future of technology, NBC's Tom Costello.
The year is 2017. You're rushed to a hospital unconscious with no ID or medical history, but thanks to a microchip under your skin, it's all there. Science fiction 20 years ago, but a biometric reality today.
The technology is based on answering one simple question. Am I who I say I am?
Already, fingerprints and iris scans verify passenger identities at airports. Within 10 years, that technology may be even more widespread. And look for more complex facial recognition programs that scan a crowd of thousands looking for a single terrorist. Today's facial recognition software starts with the eyes. Then it maps out the contours of the face and compares that against a database of millions, a database that's growing by the day. What's next? At the University of Bath in England, researchers predict big changes for consumers.
I think it is possible to free us completely of our wallets and keys using biometric technology, if that's what people want in 10 years' time.
In fact, it's already here. The latest home security locks use fingerprints to control deadbolts. And at the Jewel Osco grocery store in Chicago, some customers pay using their fingerprints. No paper or plastic.
You don't really need anything other than your hand, and you already got that with you.
So will future department stores scan our irises, like in the movie Minority Report, then offer products catered to who we are?
Hello, Mr. Yakamoto. Welcome back to the Gas.
Experts say that technology is here now. The challenge is to safeguard our privacy in a brave new world. Tom Costello, NBC News, Alexandria, Virginia.
Sweden just implanted microchips into people's hands, turning humans into walking wallets. No cash, no cards, no wallets. Thousands of people in Sweden have taken a bold step into the future by implanting tiny microchips under their skin. About the size of a grain of rice, these chips act as digital IDs, payment methods, and access cards. All in one, from letting them pay for coffee, unlock doors, or ride trains with just a swipe of their hand. It works much like the contactless tap we use on cards, but here, the card is under your skin. So why is this happening in Sweden? The country is already one of the most cashless societies in the world. Only about 1% of its economy runs on notes and coins, compared to 10% in Europe. Among the younger generation, almost everyone relies on apps and digital payments. Even IKEA tested going fully cash-free and discovered that hardly any customers used bills, saving staff hours of time that used to be spent counting coins. But not everyone is celebrating. Seniors and immigrants worry about being left behind, and critics warn of privacy risks if implants ever connect to health records or government IDs. Sweden is showing the world just how far digital life can go. But a question remains, would you put a chip in your hand to pay?
So now let's start today's lesson. So we seen in that second to the last video whereby, that was one came out in 07, so we seeing that the technology was already here. So we already know they had this in this plan already active, constantly, what you call gradualism, constantly bringing it to the forefront. So now we get ready to see the implementation of this Neuralink, it's an implantation, also the implantation of the RFD microchip, which in fact is the mark of the beast. All of this is going to work hand in hand with this new system, so it's all going to be a part of this beast system. But one thing about it, if you get it in your forehead, in your hand, then you are going to have to suffer that second death, which in fact is the lake of fire, if you get that far. And also we know that radiation that is going to be it's going to cause a lot of cancers. When you go to Revelation chapter 16, they tell you about a grievous sore. Let's go here. I'm about to use my train of thought. Second Thessalonians chapter 2, and we'll go straight to the point. Let's go to verse 2 Thessalonians. Just a quick lesson through the Spirit. It really ain't putting anything together, but I start here at let's start at verse 7. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 7. It says, for the mystery of iniquity doeth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out the way. And out about we seeing the mystery of iniquity do already work. The revised Roman Empire, we seeing the system at work right now. There's no new thing under the sun. Also, we seeing right now, he's in that short season right now. We know that the devil's getting ready to come down with great wrath. But it said he will let till he be taken out the way. It's talking about what Yahweh about Shemi Awashai. So right now this man is getting ready to roll out his agenda. But one thing about it, his hands will not be able to perform its enterprise. So we seeing it already at work. So it's already here. The stage is set. All things are ready. Verse 8, it said, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. So we already know that wicked shall be revealed. And wicked is talking about the so-called white man, Esau, Edom. And also it says, the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, talking about the prophets. We constantly know left and right expose this man with this wisdom and knowledge, this gospel, each and every day. We in the highways and byways, making these video pistols, constantly, shedding light on all this wickedness. And it says here, it says, shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. When the Lord come on that fathership from the east to the west, to destroy him. The Lord's going to return with great glory and great power. We cannot wait. So the Lord is going to bring this man down very low, and he's going to take this man out of rulership. Let's get this last one right here. It says, even him who is coming after the workings of Satan, so with all powers and signs and lying wonders. So who is coming after the working of Satan? Who is the physical counterpart of Satan? Esau, Edom, the modern day so-called white man. He's coming with this technology, this AI, the pseudoscience, these lying wonders, and Neuralink. You'll be able to see again. You'll be smarter. We'll be able to connect you to the internet of bodies, all these different things. We seeing that we're here, that's where we at. We seeing it with our own eyes. So it's no more, what if some don't believe? We really don't give a damn, cause this is where we at right now. It's reading the NLT. Said this man will come to do the work of Satan with counterfeit powers and signs and miracles. So that's exactly what he's coming with. And a lot of people are going to be deceived. They're going to believe the lie, and you're going to be totally destroyed. Verse 10, it said, and with all deceivingness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. So a lot of people gonna get, the deception. They're gonna get fooled. They're gonna fall right in line. I'll take it. Let's read it again. And at verse 10 in NLT say, he will use every kind of evil deception to fool those on their way to destruction, because they refuse to love and accept the truth that would save them. So that's a lot of people right now. They not listening. They seeing with their own eyes. They have eyes to see, but they see not, and they have ears to hear, but they hear not. That same rebellious house. So they're gonna line up. They're gonna think it's trending. Something is very convenient and safe, but it's gonna totally destroy you. Verse 11 said, "And for this cause, the Almighty shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie." So a lot of people, the Lord is gonna send that strong delusion so they can believe a lie, because what they have, they didn't believe the truth. They didn't believe the prophets. So he gonna choose your delusion. That's what we at right now. Verse 12 said, "That they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but had pleasures in unrighteousness." So you believe not the truth, so your ass gonna take that, under the skin. So let's go here to Revelation chapter 13. Let's go straight to the point, and we'll close out. Revelation chapter 13 and verse 16. Let's go straight to the point. Didn't really put nothing together today. Just in the spirit, rolling in the spirit, And once again, I hope you get edified once again. It says here, Revelation chapter 13 and verse 16, "And he causes all, both small, great, rich, and poor, free and bond, to receive a marked charagma in their right hand or in their forehead." Talking about that RFD microchip or the Neuralink. He causes all, so it's going to be what? Globally. And also it's going to be what? Mandatory. So right here, we at that particular time where he's getting ready to introduce this. And also, it's going to be mandatory very soon. Everyone is getting ready to make a decision. It's called the hour of testing, the hour of temptation. But the Lord said, "I would keep thee from the hour of temptation," because you kept the patient. You trust and believe in Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. So we coming upon this time, so it's going to be global. It's going to be mandatory. That's what we coming to. I already telling you about the digital IDs. They telling you about this Neuralink, telling you about the RFD microchip. Little by little, gradually bringing it into place. We're not ignorant of Satan's devices. Verse 17 says, "And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, the charagma, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name." So, which in fact, you won't be able to buy or sell. You're not going to be a part of this system that they're constantly putting into place that's going to be run by blockchain technology. You're already seeing they getting ready to bring out this 6G to make you a walking device. So everything is getting ready to go under your skin, inside of you. So that's all we're going to be able to go into that. So it's a lot of things that they're bringing forth. So we seeing it left and right. So you would not be able to do a damn thing if you don't be a participant of this new system that they're putting into place, whereby it's going to be digital, programmable, also implantable, right? What we were saying, under your skin, in your forehead, or into your right hand, or any part of your body. If you accept it, you will be totally destroyed. Verse 18, "Here is wisdom. Let him that has understanding count the number of the beast, for it is a number of a man, and his number is 600, 66. And that about who has the understanding. Which in fact is the elect, the true believers of Yahweh. Ba'ashim Yahushua said, count the number of the beast, talking about this system, the QR code, these barcode, these different ledgers and different things like that. And it says a number of a man, and his number is 600, 66. Tri-style stigma. That badge of servitude. Who do you belong to? That digital oil. That's what it's boiling down to. So we seeing right now, this man is constantly putting this system into place right before your eyes. The technology is here. The men of the Lord constantly been warning you about this left and right. Been warning you about war, evil time, Jacob's trouble, the MOTB. All these things are right before our eyes. And once again, you got to trust and believe in Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua, because these things are at the door. So the title of the daily lesson, once again, is Neuralink plans high volume brain implant production by 2026. So I'd like to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua Ba'ashim Rikah Kwadash. I like to say, Shalom, Shalom.